Hey guys, it's Becky from Bama, and today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. So this channel actually started on January 1st, 2017, and every year I like to come on here and give New Year's resolutions because that was my first ever video launching this channel. So this year I've got 5. So the year before last, when I started the channel, I did 10, and generally every year of my life I have done this, and I have done 10 New Year's resolutions. And I usually ended up hitting about half of them. Then last year, I decided to get super hyper focused and just make one resolution. And while that was good, and while I did achieve a lot of things from that I'm going to talk about, it didn't give me the drive that I had previously had in other years, because I'm one of those people that really works hard to hit my New Year's resolutions. So this year I've decided to kind of meet in the middle, not do 10, not do 1, but narrow it down to 5 that I think that I can really do and try to set these goals and make them happen. So this last year, just to give a little recap, I always have a word of the year also. So the year before last, the word was adventure, like my adventure tattoo here. And I just wanted that to be a year where I stopped living a mundane life and started doing the things that I want to do. So things like I got a job as an adventure guide and went ziplining and climbing and rappelling all the time, which is super cool and adventurous. I got more tattoos. I started doing crazy things to my hair again. For a long time, I would dye my hair crazy colors, and then, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I had an allergy to hair color and I had to stop that for a while, which now I found a hair color that does not have the thing that I'm allergic to in it in the United States, which is awesome. But in between that time, I was like, you know what? This isn't going to stop me. I started getting crazy wigs. I started getting extensions and just living my best life, you know? So some of the things that happened in 2018 that I'd like to talk about, there were some things that were awesome, that were either goals that I set or things that I decided based on wanting to be stronger. So my word was strong for 2018. So some of the things I did is, the year's almost over. I'm not completely done with this, but starting January 1st, I started the 1-year Bible app. And our church actually, it's Church of the Highlands, has an app, and they have the 1-year Bible built into the app, and it's got, for every day you have a devotion, an Old Testament reading, a New Testament reading, a Psalm reading, and a Proverbs reading. And I've not missed one day. I'm super excited that we're in Revelation now. It's December. I mean, it's over a third of the way through December now, and I am caught up with my 1-year Bible. So at the end of this year, December 31st, I will be able to say I read the whole Bible this year. So that's one of the things I really wanted to do, and that was awesome that it happened. Something else that happened really cool this year, some of you may know that I was in a program called Infuse at my church. So our church is a very large church. I think we have like 40,000 members or something spread across multiple campuses. At last count, I think it was like 17 campuses. And so our worship team, which is what I've always done as far as any church I've ever served at, I've always been on the worship team. Our worship team is a process. Like, if you want to be on the worship team, you have to audition. You have to go through a process called Infuse, which is like a development process. But this year I actually graduated Infuse, which was amazing. So now I sing on what we call the front line at church, and it's pretty awesome. Some other things that I did, I've got a little list down here in case I forget the things that I wanted to talk about. I got my nose pierced. There's a whole video about that. I got some new tattoos. Most recently, my Totoro tattoo right here, which I love. This will eventually be what they call a patchwork sleeve all the way down. And then on this side, I'll probably get the underside down here, but not the underside up here. Because I'm just going to say, I know my limits. And when the panda tattoo got a little too close to the edges, I needed a stick to bite on. Like, it was really painful, and I know my limits. So probably I'm gonna get all this filled in. I already have an idea for like a big Matryoshka doll that I want right here. And then I'll get something right here that I've not quite decided yet. I know that I want to fill in a jellyfish over here, but this is gonna stay. And what I'm thinking is, this is gonna be like my color work arm, and this is gonna be like my black line work arm, since I've already got one black tattoo here. So I'm gonna have like a color and a black line work arm. And if that just totally stresses you out because you're totally not into tattoos, don't worry, you don't have to get any. And you don't even really have to look at mine unless you want to come to my channel. But I love them. Some people don't think they're feminine. I think they're super feminine. I think they're beautiful. And I'm gonna get more. And so I've already got plans for the rest of this arm. I've got plans for a honeybee tattoo that I want right here on the front of my thigh. And I'm really excited to get more of those. So probably the biggest decision that I've made in 2018 is that in 2019, I'm going back to school. Starting in the fall of 2019, I'm gonna be an evening student, and I'm going back to college for worship. So I will be taking ministry classes. I will be learning how to be more excellent in my worship, and I'm really excited about it. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you my 5 New Year's resolutions for 2019, and I'm gonna tell you my word of the year. So my very first resolution is to go back to college, to start in the fall and to be an awesome student. I'm old enough to know how important it is. I'm old enough that I'm paying for it myself, so I should want to get my money's worth. So I really want to go back to school and be a really good student. Plus the things that I'm learning are gonna be really important, and I just really want to be better. So number 1 is go back to school and be a good student. Number 2, so everyone that goes to the particular ministry school that I'll be going to that's an evening student is required to run a yearly 10K. I am not prepared to run a 10K. I'm not prepared to run to the fridge, okay? Let's be real. I'm not prepared to run out to the mailbox to check my mail. So my second New Year's resolution is to get in shape for this 10K. I have started the Couch to 5K app. I'm on week 3 right now, but let me preface that with, I have started the Couch to 5K app probably 5 times and always just kind of died out at week 3. So my goal this year is to make it all the way through the Couch to 5K app and be at least somewhat prepared to run this 10K. The traditional students that go to school during the day, they actually have to do a half marathon. So I'm kind of getting off easy having to do the 10K, and they let you walk. They understand if you walk, but my goal is to not be last in the 10K. I don't want to be the last person. I don't want to be the person where like I feel like everyone's waiting on me at the finish line. So get in shape for this 10K is number 2. Number 3, I have a 5-year-old now in my home. He just turned 5 a couple months ago, and I want to teach my little boy to read. He's so smart. He's super smart. He can beat grown-ups at complicated video games. He beat Portal by himself on our computer a couple days ago in a day. In one day, he beat the game. So he's like super smart, but he can't read yet. And it's just because with me working, and he's not old enough to start school yet. Even though he's 5, he is not on the right side of the cutoff date to start school this year. So I want to give him a good head start, so I'm going to teach him to read this year. So teaching my 5-year-old boy to read is number 3. Number 4 is I want to fix up my house. Right now, my living room, I love it. There are things from all the places I've been on vacation hanging on the wall. So one of the things my husband and I do is when we go on vacation, we always get a souvenir from the place that we've gone to hang up in our living room to remind us of this awesome time. So we have this very eclectic mix in our living room, and I love it. And then in my bedroom, it's very me. It's very decorated. There are comic book things hanging on the wall. There are commissioned art drawings friends have gotten for me hanging on the wall, and I love how my bedroom looks. Every place else in the house is just plain. It looks like if you moved into an apartment, a new apartment, and didn't do anything to it. There might be 2 or 3 things hanging on the wall that I just brought from the last place that I lived, but it's not really my personality. So this year, I really want to fix up my home and make it feel like a home. We're actually considering moving maybe in the summer, And if we do that, I would like to fix up my home and get a cat. I feel like a cat would really fix up my home. We're not allowed to have pets here, so I don't have any pets. But in ideal land, I would have a corgi, a house cat, and a cockatiel. Probably won't start out with all those. Probably will just start out with the cat. But I really want to invest more time in making my house reflect our family and our personalities, and not just being plain, but being our home. And the last one that I have, and this has to do with you guys, is I want to be more consistent both with my YouTube channel and my podcast. So for those of you that don't know, I do a podcast called the What the Fangirls podcast, WTFANGIRLS podcast, all one word. What the Fangirls is all one word. And we talk about nerd culture, we talk about our favorite TV shows, we talk about going to the cons, we talk about all kind of cool stuff, a lot of the same stuff that I'll talk about on this channel, but it's not just me. It's me and 3 of my best friends in the whole world. We're the What the Fangirls, and we podcast every Tuesday, but a lot of times things come up. Kids are sick. We have other obligations. Work runs over. And so at least once a month, we end up not podcasting, sometimes even twice a month. And so I really would like to get more consistent with the podcast, even if that means no one's here and I make my kids come sit around the table with me and do a podcast and talk about the nerdy stuff that they're into. And also with this channel, I was just looking, and the last time I posted a video, I'm doing a batch of videos today, so this video may not be posted like way after another video, but as of the time I'm recording this, the last time I posted a video, guys, was 2 months ago, and that's ridiculous. You deserve better than that. If you are at my channel and you watch my videos and you're a subscriber, you deserve better than that. So number 5 is that I want to be more consistent. I want to be more consistent with my vlogging and with my podcasting. And I would ideally like to upload no less than once a week on both. So I'm going to include a link down to the podcast if you've never heard it. And if you want to go start back at episode 1, you can, and get like all the history of all the stuff we're talking about. Or you can tune in to like this week. It doesn't matter. You can start anywhere in the podcast journey and you will be fine. It's not like a serial thing where you have to keep up. It's just us getting together talking about what's going on that week. I told you at the beginning of this video that I have a word of the year every year. And honestly, guys, I'm one of those people that really overthinks, and I will struggle over choosing this word because I want it to be the right word, because it's going to be a word that is with me for a year, and I'm not one of those people that will change it in the middle of the year. This is my word. So I really have been thinking, and I have been super blessed in my life. I've always had everything I need. Even if I didn't have everything I want, I've had everything I need, and I've always been fully provided for. But I prayed about what word to choose this year, and I just felt like so many different people keep telling me things like, don't limit yourself. Don't assume this is all you can have. Don't fill in the blank something about putting God in a box and having less than I can have. So my word for 2019 is going to be abundance. I want 2019 to be a year of abundance in every way. I want to have everything I need, and then I want to have more than I need so that I can bless other people. I would love to move into a house that is bigger than I need so that I can open my doors so that people can come have small groups in my home if they don't want to have them in their home. I would love to have more food money than I need so that I can give other people food money that are struggling. I don't know how many times when I was a newlywed that we were so broke, or when I was a young mom with one child, we were just like busted, and all of a sudden we'd get a check in the mail, and it would be the difference between like dinner or no dinner. And I would love to be able to do that for other people. Like, I have a heart to do that for other people. I just don't have the means to do that. So 2019 is going to be the year. 2019 is going to be the year that our family doesn't just have our needs met, but we have abundance. And that is my word. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have made your own New Year's resolutions, please share them with me. Put them in the comments. I love to get inspired by other people. And who knows, I may add some of yours to my list because I may realize that there was something that I really needed to do that I didn't put on there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos on this channel, be sure to subscribe and ding that little bell so that you'll get a notification every time I post. Thanks so much.